Welcome to PlanZoom. Now we're going to talk about the density menu. The density menu is really the brains of the system. You've made your drawings, you've identified your parcels. Now let's go see what that all means. We come in here and you see a variety of things. There's several sections. There's a land use category section. Below that there's the road description. And then finally there's the total plan. Each of these are different areas that define different things, and we'll go through them from left to right. From the left side we have the description of it. We have the land use category name. For roads we have the road description name. Then we have the area. The area is actually the total area that you've used when you created parcels of this type. Then we have the percent of total. All we've done is taken the total area and divided it by the area of each item. Here's data you actually entered when you created the items. You've entered the floor area ratio, you've entered the number of units per area, per acre, whatever, and for roads you've actually designated the width. Calculated here then are the number of units based on the area and the number of units per acre, and for roads based on the length of the road. And finally we calculate the floor area, which is calculated from the number here and the area to get that number. These blue categories, the blue ones that are marked along the top, those when you select on those you actually change some display issue of the system. You're not changing any data, but it does change some of the display items. If you click on the area one, you change the area here from acres to hectares to mus. There's a variety in here, and we won't go through them all, but you can click to find the one depending where you are and the type of units you wish to use. Floor area is the same thing. Clicking that will change you to all the same units here. Color's a little bit special. Changing the color actually changes the translucency of the drawing that you do when you draw a parcel. 50% means you can see 50% through the drawing. We allow you to set it anywhere from all the way up to a full solid color to just an outline. By default, the system creates the colors at 50%, the roads at 50%, and the outline of the drawing is just an outline for your total plan. Now what we'd like to do is create a new land use category. In this section you see there are a variety of land use categories already defined, and those are provided for you from the system. However, there might not be everything you want, and so you can add additional ones or you can edit the current ones. In our case, I don't see high-rise, so let's create a new one for high-rise. We give it a name. We'll call it HR. We will skip the maximum allowed density, but for the FAR we will make that 30 for a multi-story building. And for the color, we can pick our color wheel. We don't really want white. Let's make it sort of a purple color. Okay, it is now added and ready to be used to draw parcels. Now we're going to create a new road configuration. As you can see, there's several roads already predefined in the system, but we want to create a new one of 50 feet wide. So go over here to the top right and we pick the item Create New Road. Up pops a dialog box that allows us to enter the information relating to that road. The road width, the cursor starts in the road width column, so we can just enter 50. Defaults to feet. And it gives us a predefined description of 50 ROW. There's a color there. We can change it from white, but there's no need. We've seen the color box before. Let's just go ahead and hit OK. And now as you can see, we have a 50-foot right-of-way that we can use in our drawing. Now what we'd like to show is how you actually edit an existing land use, road, or total plan. To edit any of the items, you pick the one you're interested in and you do a long click, which means you put your finger down or your stylus and you hold it on that item. Here we're editing land use category for the high-rise. All the same fields are here. You can change the color if you wish. You can change any of the other values, and then you can hit OK. If you hit cancel, you just revert to the original data and there are no changes. In this case, let's say we pick high-rise and we want to delete it. The way you delete is you mark the box delete on OK, and you then hit OK and it will now be deleted. If the actual density is being used by a parcel in your plan, it will give you an error or warning to tell you that you can't delete it until you've actually removed that parcel from your plan because you're using the density. Roads are very similar. You long click on a road, same thing, you have the name, you have the color, and you have the width. That's all there is to it. You change it and you hit OK. You also have delete on OK just like the others. The total plan has one special item. Total plan is that boundary that we created. That's kind of a special thing that defines your plan boundary. The name by default is total plan. You can actually change that and it'll show up differently on your reports when you generate Excel files or look at it on the screen. The color is the same, it's white. And again, there's only one other thing. When you have land in the total plan that's not assigned to another parcel, it can put that in one of the other densities. By default, we create one called unallocated. However, you can actually pull this down and change it to go into parks or recreation or whatever you want if you want to do that. And that's all there is to editing the existing land uses.
PlanZoom allows you to very quickly look at land development strategies that let you ask the what-if question. What if we look at it this way? What if we look at it that way? That is the power of PlanZoom.